All right, let's find a comfortable seated position. Wait, let me do something else. Good. So we're going to actually start in child's pose today. So you're going to take the knees nice and wide, big toes touching, and then wiggle the belly between the thighs and extend the arms out in front of you. You're going to bend your elbows slightly to relax the shoulders here. Good. And then start connecting to your breath. And we'll start lengthening the breath. Take a deep breath in and then let it out. All the air out. And again, take a deep breath in and let it all out. And one more like this. Take a deep, deep breath in, all the way into the back body. And let it out. And come back to your own breath here. A few more breaths to ground yourself, center yourself. Good. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right side, to the right side of the mat here. And then just the same thing here, stretching the left side of the body. And take another deep breath into that left lung. And then come back to center and over to the other side. Another deep breath into that right lung. And then back to center. And then we'll come up onto hands and knees and take a few rounds of cat-cows as you inhale, draw the heart forward. And as you exhale, round the upper spine. Inhale, draw the heart forward. Exhale, round the upper spine. And then go at your own pace here. You can go a little bit slower or a little bit faster, just matching the movement to your breath. Good, and then come back into your neutral position. You're gonna extend your left arm up toward the ceiling and then slide it under and come onto that left shoulder. You're gonna keep your right hand in front of your face here and roll your right shoulder back. And then take some nice deep breaths and find that opening in the mid back, mid upper back. Okay, one more deep breath here. And then come back up. Extend your left arm back up. And then extend your right leg at the same time. And then take your left hand back behind you, down and forward. And I'll show you from this angle. Back and down. And then one more time. Good, and then release it. We'll take that to the other side. So we'll reach the right hand up toward the ceiling, slide it under, come onto the right shoulder, and then take a few breaths here. Try to keep the hips right above the knees. Good. Good, and one more deep breath. And then we'll reach that right arm back up, extend the left leg at the same time, and then we'll take that right arm back in big circles. Good, and let's release that. I'm gonna curl the toes under, push back, downward facing dog, and we'll bend the knees one at a time. Continue here, another couple breaths. So I'm gonna attempt to put some music on, we'll see if it works out. Let me know if it covers too much my voice. All right, and then we'll walk the feet forward toward the hands at the front of our mat. And inhale, lengthen into your flat back. Exhale, fold, relax the head down. Separate your feet about hip distance apart and grab a hold of opposite elbows. You can bend your knees deeply here, allow the spine to relax. And then we'll release the hands down and roll all the way up, head last. And when you get there, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands at the heart. Good. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen into your flat back, hands to shins or the floor. And exhale, step back for plank pose. Take a pause here, a couple breaths. Good, and then lower the knees, chest all the way to the floor. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, relax. And then push back into downward facing dog. Another breath here. And then walk the feet forward toward the hands at the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen into your flat back. Exhale, fold, relax the head down. Inhale, come all the way up, push the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands at the heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen into a flat back. Exhale, step back plank. Yeah, pause here in plank. You're going to separate your feet about hip distance or wider, and then drop your heels to the left. And then come back up and drop your heels to the right. Come back up. Drop your heels to the left and see if you can reach your right hand up. And then release to the other side. And then come back into plank. Lower the knees and the chest all the way to the floor. And you release the hands behind your back and release the fingers. And inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release the forehead to the floor. And again, come back up, inhale. Exhale. And then one more time. Exhale. Release the hands under the shoulders and push back for downward facing dog. And we'll walk the feet forward with the hands. Inhale, lengthen into a flat back. Exhale, release the head down. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands at the heart. Okay, you're gonna release the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers there. Take a big breath in, open the shoulders. And as you exhale, bend the knees, drop the belly toward the thighs. Relax the head and reach the arms up and overhead. Good. And then we'll release the hands toward the front of your mat and all the way forward. Imagine you're holding a ball here and you're sitting. One more inhale. Exhale. Release the hands down, step back, plank pose. And then this time you can lower in chaturanga or with the knees down. Yeah, so knees lifted or knees down and make your way down. And then into cobra or down, upward facing dog if you're familiar with this pose. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. Good, we'll take a deep breath in here and then let it out through the mouth. Again, deep breath in. Let it out through the mouth. Good, now inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. You're gonna drop the left knee down and take the hands behind your back. And then roll the shoulders back, take a deep breath in. And then descend the hips here. If you want to stretch the psoas, you want to kind of descend the hips. Don't try not to take that too much in the low back. Opening the top of the chest. Keep that. And then reach the arms back up. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now curl the toes under. And then lift up. High lunge. Good, now you're gonna twist to the right. So you're gonna take your right hand back behind you and your left hand forward. And then you're gonna release your right hand down toward your back thigh and reach your left arm up. Good, another breath here. And exhale, windmill the arms all the way down. Step back plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower, knee, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then reconnect to your breath here, Ujjayi breath, if you're familiar with it. Good, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step in between the hands. Drop the right knee down. So here, when you drop the knee down, make sure it's not too far forward because you're not going to be able to stretch the psoas here. So you want to kind of take it back a little bit more. And then we'll take the hands behind our back. Change the crossing of the fingers. So do the one that feels kind of weird. And then roll the shoulders back and descend the hips a little bit more. Good, keep that. Reach the arms up and overhead. Good, and then we're gonna come up. So you're gonna lift your back knee, maybe shorten your stance a little bit to have a better foundation. And then twist to the left. Left hand behind you, right arm forward. And then both arms up, inhale. Exhale, release the hands down, step back, and pose. So you can skip these little vinyasas and go straight into downward dog. You can also come into child's pose if you need a break. Or if you have a lot of energy today, you can move again through your vinyasa. Good. If you're in child's pose, make your way back up into downward dog. Take another deep breath in. Let it out through the mouth. And then walk your feet forward toward your hands at the front of your mat. We'll take an inhale, lengthen into your flat back. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up. Reach down, up and overhead. Exhale, hands at the heart. All right. All right, we're going to find tree pose. So you're going to take your right, here, I'll mirror you. So you're going to take your right foot up and then take your hands to your chest. If this is not available, we can start here with the foot down and the heel against the ankle. Or you can make your way a little bit higher. Try to avoid the knee, so put pressure on that knee. Yeah. Good. And then maybe extending the arms. If you're on carpet, you might find your balance a little off, and that's totally normal. Especially a mat on carpet is a little tricky. Good. And then take the hands behind your head, and then see if you can open your chest and take your elbows back a little bit. Good. So from here, we're going to release the hands back in front of the chest and transition into warrior three. You can extend your left leg back and tilt forward. You can stay in sort of a diagonal position here or make your way a little bit lower. Good. And then we'll bend the right knee and release the hands down. Make your way all the way back down into your low lunge. Left knee drops to the floor. Reach the arms up and overhead. And again, see if you can find that lunge a little bit deeper here. Good. Now take the elbows out to the sides, open the chest, and then lift back up into high lunge. Good. You're going to twist to the right again. And then this time, see if you can make your way into a twist. If this one with the knee down is more available to you, go with the knee down, yeah? Or you lift it, your choice. Yeah, moving your hips forward a little bit. Good, and then from here, I'm going to take a quarter turn all the way to the left. So bring both feet parallel. Good. Draw the heels in, and then you're just going to move from side to side here. All right, and then come back into parallel feet. Lengthen into your flat spine. Exhale and fold. And then lengthen again. Take a quarter turn to the front of your mat. And then step back into plank. And then push back up, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Let it out. And then walk your feet forward toward the front of your mat. Lengthen up, inhale. Exhale, fold, relax the head down. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Take a moment here, reconnecting to your breath. Reconnecting to the intentions that bring you to your mat today. Good, and then we'll take the other side. So hopefully I'm not mixed up. So find your other side. So I believe it's your left foot up. Left foot up. Good. So take tree pose to the other side. So yeah, I believe earlier we were on the other side. So here, ankle down, or coming back up a little bit, or all the way up. Good. And then reaching the arms up and overhead. Then we'll make our way into warrior 3. And then bend the knee, release the hands down, and step the foot, whichever it is, all the way back. Drop the knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, see if you can lower the hips just a little bit more, getting into the psoas a little bit more. Good. Take the elbows out to the sides. Open the chest. And then lift up. High lunge. Good. Twist again. So take your one arm back, one arm forward, and then release the elbow down and make your way into your twist. So knee down, or knee lifted. Good. And then we'll make a quarter turn all the way to the other side. Inhale, lengthen into a flat back. If you don't want to show your butt, you can turn around. And nice, Tim. I mean, we could watch your butt, it's fine. And then exhale, release back down. Good. This time you're going to inhale, lengthen. And you're going to plant your left hand in front of you and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Try to keep your hips squared here. And then release and take it to the other side. Good. Release, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. All right, and then we're gonna draw the heels in. So maybe shorten your stance a little bit and come into this squat here. You're gonna take the hands to the top of the thighs and inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, you're gonna drop one shoulder forward and look back. Inhale, and to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. And now inhale, reach the arms up, straightening the legs. Exhale, bend the knees, release the hands at the chest. And again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Pause here. Stay into your squat. Just a couple more breaths. Maybe smile a little bit. Good. All right, and then release the hands back down. Feet parallel. Quarter turn to the front of your mat. Step back plank. You can take a vinyasa here, or go straight into child's pose or downward dog. Good. A couple more breaths here. We'll do one last round of standing poses. You're gonna inhale, reach the right leg high, bend the right knee and lift your right knee high here, stretching the psoas and all those muscles in front of your right hip. And then step the right foot all the way in between the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up and then head back into this lunge here. You're gonna take the elbows out to the sides and then lower your knee, hovering over the floor. So it's not touching, it's just hovering. Inhale, straightening the legs, reach the arms up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Good, now inhale up. Exhale, open it for warrior two. Bending the right knee, this one. Good. Make sure your right knee stays open, tracking toward the middle toes. Good, and we're gonna grab a hold of the right wrist and then reach back. You can straighten your front leg, reach back here. And then back into warrior two. And then windmill your arms all the way down. Step back, plank pose. You can make your way through a vinyasa or downward dog or child's pose. Take your time breathing through it mindfully. Good. And then we'll inhale, reach the left leg back, bend the left knee, open the left hip. You're trying to stack your hips here, left on top of right. And then foot in between the hands. Inhale, come up, high lunge. And then elbows out to the side. Okay, you're gonna lower your right knee, hovering. Inhale, straightening both legs, reach high. Exhale and lower. If you're out of balance a little bit, step your left foot a little bit to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale and hover. Up and hover. And now inhale up. Exhale, open it, warrior two. And then breathe here, relax the shoulders. Look in the space in front of your left hand. Relax the toes. Find softness in the pose. Good. Reverse warrior here. You grab a hold of your left wrist and then straighten the front leg and stretch that left side. And then back into warrior two. And windmill the arms all the way down. And take your last vinyasa. Or not. And we'll all meet in child's pose and take about 3 breaths there. You can plant your elbows down and take your hands behind your head here. This is another variation. It feels really good. And have your spine. We're going to stretch the psoas just a little bit more here. So you can make your way in downward dog or go straight from here. You step your right foot forward, make your way into lizard pose. So the hands stay inside the right foot here, and then you're going to try to draw your left knee back as much as possible without straightening your front leg. So your right knee is still above your right ankle, but then this left knee is way back. And then you can stay here on the hands, or you can come onto the elbows, or if you have a layer such as a pillow or a block that you could put under your elbows, you can do that too. And then we'll take about 5 breaths here. You can release the back toes if that feels good. You can also drop the right knee out if you want to go a little bit more in the hips. A couple more deep breaths here. And then we'll come back onto the hands. Lift your back knee and make your way into plank. And then see if you want to do this. You can either drop your heels like we did earlier, or you can take your right foot on the other side of your mat, on the other side of your left leg, and then reach your right arm up here. So either this one or knee down, you can do the same thing, or heels to this side. Good, and then let's come back up into plank and drop the knees down and make your way all the way into child's pose. All right, and we'll take the lizard pose to the other side, so either from downward dog or from here. Left foot forward. So keeping your left knee above your left ankle, take your right knee as far back as you can without feeling like you're about to do the splits, but really lowering those hips forward and then coming down either on the hands or the elbows. 5 deep breaths here. And then one more deep breath. And then we'll come back up. Make your way, lifting the back knee into plank. And then your own variation here. Either knee down or foot back. And then come back and lower the knees back into child's pose. All right, good. Let's make our way onto your back. I'm going to take a bridge pose. So you're going to plant the feet right under the knees. So if you want to know if you have the good alignment here, you want to barely touch your heels with your fingers. Good. And then we'll push into the feet, lift the hips, mid back and upper back. And then you're going to tuck your shoulders underneath you and interlace the fingers there. One more inhale. And exhale, release down. Take a moment here. Separate your feet about mat distance apart. Make sure your low back is rooted to the floor. And then take your knees from side to side here. Good. And then we're going to take a little quad stretch. So you're going to take your heel shoulder from here. You're going to grab a hold of your right ankle and then move your right knee forward. And I'll mirror you. So right ankle, right knee forward. Just like you, as if you're trying to do a bridge pose with your right leg. And then just drop the foot down. You can take your arms up and overhead if that feels good. And then breathing here. So there can be a lot of sensation in the quad. If it's too much, you could push the heel away from your bottom. Use your breath to ride the sensation. With each exhale, letting go just a little bit more. Another couple breaths. All right. And then we'll lift the left knee and then the right knee into the chest. And we'll take it to the other side. And the arms up and overhead is completely optional if you prefer to have your arms by your sides or hold on to the foot. Do what feels good in your body right now. Another couple breaths. Good, and now we'll lift the knees back up toward the chest. And then take your knees in big circles in opposite direction. And then change direction. Good, and then extend the legs up toward the ceiling. And then lower your left leg toward the floor. And then draw the right leg towards you. If this doesn't feel good on your back, just bend your left leg. Good, and then legs back up. And then switch sides. It's so odd to teach a class and not hear you guys breathe with me. I feel like I'm by myself. Like I need to check on the screen to make sure you guys are still around.
We're not. We're around.
Hi. Yeah, I unmuted also.
Good. All right, legs back up. And then we'll take a spinal twist to finish. And we're going to extend the arms out to the sides and drop the knees to one side. and then come back up and take it over to the other side. And then come back to center. And then I'm just gonna push the knees away at about arm length. And as you exhale, draw the knees back towards your chest. Inhale away. Exhale towards your chest. You can lift your head up just a little bit here. Stretch the spine. And then push away. Exhale. Push away. Exhale. And then pause here with your nose up towards your knees. And then release. Extending the legs out in front of you. Arms by your sides. And make your way into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Take one last deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Letting go of all the expectations for these times we're in. Just be simply in our bodies. Just for a couple minutes. We'll begin to wiggle the toes and the fingertips. Maybe start moving in ways that feel natural in your body. You can reach the arms up and overhead if that feels good, and take a full body stretch. And then we'll draw the knees toward the chest. And then roll into your side. And then slowly make your way up into a seated position. And then take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine as you reach the arms up and overhead. Let it out through the mouth as you release the hands in front of the chest. And take a moment to check in, noticing how the body feels. Notice your thoughts and the quality of the thoughts. And we'll give thanks to everyone coming today virtually, sharing your practice. I'm so grateful for all of you. Namaste.
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 Miss y'all. I miss everybody.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you, Stephanie. This was great. It was great.
So great.
Next Tuesday, is that correct?
So yeah, and next Tuesday we'll do some core just like we do normally. So
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks.
It's so good to see everybody,
Mwah. I love all you guys.
and especially you, Stephanie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Well, I look forward to next Tuesday. See you guys.
Okay, Stephanie, thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.